Is she getting an honorable funeral, she that threw away the life nature gave her?
I'm telling you she is, so make the pyre right. The shogun's magistrates examined her and announced hers an honorable funeral.
What, did she kill herself to save herself?
It's been decided.
Can't be self-defense, it's more like self-offense. Here's the point. If I knowingly drown myself, I did it. And that tree of action holds 3 branches: to act, to do, and to perform. Thus, she drowned willingly.
No, listen, good sir.
Let me finish. Call this the domain of Sweden, and this the domain of man. If the man enters Sweden's kingdom and is consumed by the waves, whether he wants it or not, he caused his own death. If the kami of those waters stray to the land and consume the man, he's innocent of the crime. And so, if he shortens his life, he's guilty of ending himself.
But is this the word of law?
Yeah, it's the Doshin's law.
The truth of this matter is that if she weren't a noble, she wouldn't be given so much dignity.
You're right. It's a shame that those nobles have more free rein to destroy themselves than good common folk. Hand me my axe. Ancient nobility lies with the Buddha Kumin, who guided Ujiko to become Ujigami, as Izanagi did.
Izanagi came into contact with the dead?
Of course, he separated Yomi and Earth.
He didn't enter Yomi, though.
Are you a fool? What do you make of the Kojiki? The Kojiki says that Izanagi tried to rescue Izanami from death. How could he do that without entering Yomi and then separating them? Let me pose you a riddle. Confess if you don't know the answer.
Tell it.
Who is a more successful builder than carpenters, stonemasons, and shipwrights?
The rope noose maker. His creations outlive thousands of their wearers.
Very clever. But anyways, the nooses do well for the world, but how? They do well by use for those that do ill. Now, if you're suggesting that the gallows do more good than the torii, the noose would do much good as a necklace for you. Try it again.
Who is a more successful builder than carpenters, stonemasons, and shipwrights?
Yes, that's it. Answer and you can call it a day.
I think I got it.
Well?
Damn, I don't.
Well, don't rack your brain too much thinking over it. An ox will not run faster when whipped. So, if you're ever asked this again, answer, the Buddhakumen, the bridges they build to connect the land of man and that of spirits, are everlasting. Go to izakaya and get me a tokuri of sake. In the buds of youth, love did grow. I thought the fragrance very sweet, but oh, the season set for duty, I thought wasn't opportune.
Does he not feel the gravity that he sings while building the pyre? He's become numb to it. Yes, I suppose so. Sensitivity can only be afforded outside work.
The winter crept closer on, clawed out the lively buds, crushed them, drove them to the roots, as if they never had existed.
Skull once had the instruments to sing, yet this filthy peasant throws it to the ground as if it were the fruit that trapped the first soul, the first goddess in the depths. It could have been the skull of a daimyo that this idiot now stands over and tosses aside, the one who could trick the kami themselves. Could it not be?
Perhaps, my lord.
Or of a courtier, saying, "Good morning, dearest lord. How do you do, my lord? Perhaps it is that Lord So-and-so that praised Lord So-and-so's horse to borrow it. Couldn't it be?"
Yes, my lord.
Even then, it's now just my Lady Worms, mouthless and hit irreverently about the head with a wood-cutting axe. The roles reverse so, and it's a rare chance to see it. Do these finely refined bones mean nothing more than for use in Beigoma? My own skull aches to think of it.
The wood axe and the shovel, and a sheet for a shroud. Oh, to dig the Kofun mound and house such a guest.
And there's another one. Couldn't this be property of a Daigenin? Where are his arguments, his equivocations, his trickery, his cross-examinations, and his loopholes? Why does he now allow this ignorant Buddha-kumin to knock him with the butt of the axe and not charge him for battery? Humph. He could be the lord of acres, with his deeds, his investors, his contracts, his annuities, and his taxes. Is this the loophole of his loopholes, the venture of his ventures, to have worms loop through the holes of his eyes? Do his land-covering deeds, even spread out, just include the land they cover? The titles alone of his lands could not fit in the funeral circle, and yet is it the wood ash all he owns now?
No more than that, my lord.
Are brushes not made from animal hair?
Yes, my lord, and from ivory, too.
Those who find solace in brushed words are just the same as animals farmed. Let me speak to this man. Whose pyre do you build, sir?
It's mine, sir. Oh, to dig the Kofun mound and house such a guest.
I suppose it is yours. You lie in its circle.
And you lie outside, so it cannot be yours. In my defense, I did not lie in it, yet it is mine nonetheless.
You do lie in it, though. To be in it and say it's yours? Pyres are for the corpses, not for those moving still, and so you lie.
It's a quick lie, sir, bounding from me to you.
What man do you build this pyre for?
For no man, sir.
What woman, then?
For no woman either.
Then who is to be cremated here?
One formerly a woman, sir, but that spirit is gone now. May she rest in peace.
How literal this wretch is. We must speak precisely, or double entendres will bury us. By the spirits, Horatio, I've noticed in the last 3 years, this age of ours has grown so that the peasant follows so closely behind the courtier that he steps on his kimono. How long have you been a Buddha-kumin?
All seasons of the year. I began at the day when our late shogun Hamlet defeated Fortinbras.
How long has it been?
Don't you know that? Any half-wit knows. It was the same day his son Hamlet was born, the one who's gone insane and gone to Hokkaido.
Yes, right. Why was he sent to Hokkaido?
Why, he's a lunatic. He'll recover his sanity there, though it doesn't matter much whether he does or not there.
Why?
He won't be seen as such there. Everyone's just as mad as he is there.
How did he lose his mind?
In a rather strange manner, they say.
How so?
Well, he went insane, of course.
Over what grounds?
Right here in Okinawa. I've worked in this way since I was a boy. 30 years.
How long must a body burn before it becomes ash?
If he's not already rotten, we have had many a disease-ridden corpse lately that breaks apart even as he is laid on the stone. It takes only 3 to 5 hours. A tanner takes only 2 hours.
Why does he burn quicker?
Sir, his skin is tanned so from his work that it keeps out water, and the water in your body takes the longest damn time to burn. Why, here's a skull. The bones don't burn, and this one has been rested in the earth for 23 years now.
Who was it?
One crazy son of a whore. Who do you think it was?
I can't tell.
Curse the damn scoundrel. He once poured sadi sake over my head. This skull, sir, was Yorick, the shogun's taikomochi.
This?
Yes, that.
May I have it? Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. He seemed to have endless jokes, and be of endless good spirit. He carried me on his shoulders thousands of times, and yet now... How disturbing my imagination is. My stomach twists at the thought. Here once were the lips I've kissed times uncountable. Where are your teases now, your frolicking, your songs, your lightning flashes of joy that would set the table thundering with laughter? Where are you now, to mock your own skull's permanent grin? Rather dispirited? Visit upon my lady, and tell her that no matter how much she paints herself, she too will come to the state. Spin it so that she can laugh at even that. Please, Horatio, tell me something.
Yes, my lord?
Do you think King Shohashi looked like this in the ashes?
Just like it.
Smelled so rancid also? Ugh.
Just like it, my lord.
To what dusty nothingness we return, Horatio. Can we not imagine Sho's majestic ashes plugging holes in barrels?
You're thinking too much over it, my lord.
No, not enough, I say. But to follow him to the grave with humility, as we follow. Sho died, Sho was burned, Sho returned to dust, dust spread by the winds to the earth, the same earth we make loam from, and the loam he became couldn't have been used in a sake barrel, and the Emperor Oda Nobunaga, dead and now clay, plugging the wall of a hovel from the winds. Oh, and that dust, that once captured the world's attention, now as a patch to refuse Yuki Onna entrance. But quiet now, quiet. Here comes the shogun, the seishitsu, and all the court. Who is the procession for, with such mutilated rites? It signifies the corpse they follow dishonorably slash their spirit from their body, but with high standing. Let's hide for a while and watch.
What ritual is next?
That's Laertes. He's a very noble young man. Watch.
What ritual is next? Her ceremony is already more than she deserves. Her death may have been at her own hand. If not for the powerful order that overrides custom, she would have been entombed in unhallowed ground until the day Yomi and earth become one. For offerings, she would have had no more than stones cast shrineless. Yet here she is given innocent ritual, with maiden offerings and the incense burning for her and the gathering of her bones from the ash.
Will there be no more ceremony than this?
No more. It would be an insult to the spirits to sing the same requiems and prayers to her as to the peacefully departed.
Lay her in the circle. May her pure, heavenly ashes sprout a meadow of violets. I warn you, disgraceful priest, my sister will be a singing guardian kami, while you wander the earth in agony as a yokai.
What? The beautiful Ophelia?
Sweet blossoms for the sweet lady, farewell. I hoped you would be my Hamlet's wife. These flowers were to bloom for your wedding, lovely girl, not to be strewn over your pyre.
O despair threefold! May 10 times threefold curses follow the devil whose vile actions stole from you your wits. Hold off the firewood, until I once again hold her in my arms. Now pile the kindling upon the living and the dead alike, until the flaming pyre soars, with all this forest for fuel, and flames dwarfing Fujiyama's peak.
whose lamentations run deeper than any root system, whose sorrowful wails stir even the wandering, aloof stars to stand still, awe-struck at what they've heard. They are mine, Hamlet the Samurai.
Shinigami, devour your spirit!
You do not pray right. Please, take your fingers off my throat. I am not quick-tempered and reckless, but there is something dangerous in me that your wisdom should fear. Let me go.
Hamlet? Hamlet! Gentlemen!
Gentlemen!
My good lord, calm down. No, I will fight him over this until my eyes close forever.
Over what, my son?
I loved Ophelia. The love of 40,000 brothers put together could not match my love for her. What would you do for her?
He's lost his mind, Laertes.
By heavens, resist his taunts.
Gods, prove what you will do for her. Would you weep? Would you fight? Would you starve yourself? Would you rend your own skin? Would you drink straight vinegar? Eat a dragon? Because I will do it. Did you just come here to whine? Just show me up by flinging yourself into her pyre? If you'll be burned alive with her, I will as well. And if you rattle on about Fujiyama, let them pile all the forests of the world on us, until the flames rival those of Amaterasu herself, and make your fire seem like an ember. No, you'll just babble. I can rant as well as you can.
It's just his madness speaking. Let this fit work itself out for a while. Then he'll calm down and be as peaceful as a tanchozuru nesting on her ivory eggs. He'll settle down.
Listen, sir. Why do you treat me such? I had loved you, but that doesn't matter now. Susanoo can do anything, and still all creatures will vie for attention.
Please, noble Horatio, help him. Rebuild your faith in our plan from last night. We'll set it in motion soon. Good Gertrude, have people watch over your son. This pyre shall have a guarded monument. We shall soon have some quiet, but until then, we must be patient.